Never got to... Welcome, Eldritch Fungus. Welcome to stream. Never got to play KOTOR, but watched a friend play a long time ago. Should I go play it? Yeah, I would say yes. If you're a Star Wars fan, I think every Star Wars fan should try and play KOTOR. You might... Well, I say you might. You pretty much have... If you have, like, a modern computer with modern resolutions, you pretty much have to install mods to make it widescreen. I haven't done that. I did actually try to do that, but it wouldn't record right, so I got rid of all my mods, which is kind of a pain in the ass because I installed like 12 different mods to make it... None of them to change the content, by the way. All 12 of the mods were just to make it widescreen, but they ended up not recording well on OBS, so I got rid of all the mods. I'm playing the game baseline right now, and it looks great to me, but I'm also older now, I guess, as a gamer. Like, I don't mind older graphics. I grew up playing 90s games and old RTSs and things like that. I grew up playing World of Warcraft back from the vanilla age. So, you know, for me, cartoony, kind of blocky graphics, if anything, I find cozy and comfy. But I do know that younger gamers, you know, like, the other end of my generation, like young Gen Z, and older Gen Alpha, I think is the next generation. I know that age range has grown up with like graphics being such a big deal that it's hard for a lot of people of that age range to play older games like this. I would always sit down and encourage anybody though to, if you can push past that aversion, you get one of the best games. You get one of the best games ever made for Star Wars, is KOTOR and KOTOR 2 by extension. So I would definitely recommend it. Long-winded way to say I do recommend it, but you may have to mod it. Actually, I don't mind the graphics and the turn-based style. I just want to know if the story is worth... Oh, the story is totally worth it. The story... Unironically, KOTOR has probably got the best story for Star Wars, next to the original trilogy. And even then, in some ways, I think KOTOR has a better story. To be fair to the films, though, the films don't give you dialogue choices, right? Like, you don't get to play as Luke. So, the films are a fixed story, whereas KOTOR is a flexible story that changes with your choices. But it's absolutely 100% worth it. It's got one of the best Star Wars stories ever. I've done like 23 playthroughs of this game. I haven't done that many. I've done like 4 or 5 of this game with different challenges myself. Blasters only is fun. I have not done that. Might do that at a later date. I feel like the younger kids are not going to have good taste at all. Probably not, no. To be fair to them, I try not to be too harsh to young kids about that. Yeah, sometimes they can be rude about it, right? But I don't like to hold that against kids nowadays, because really think what they've grown up with. They've grown up with games that all the devs focus on is the graphics. That's constantly what's like sold in the marketing nowadays. That's constantly what's stressed by like all the developers in like interviews and stuff, is like, oh, we got the graphics and with these new engines, and we knew they talk about the graphics for like 30 minutes and they talk about the gameplay for 5 minutes. Like, I think a lot of young kids absorb that, plus they also absorb the fact that that's simply what's on offer for newer games. So when you point them at older games that might objectively be better on the gameplay front, on the story front, on literally every front but the graphics, because they've grown up in this environment where it's like graphics. Oh, look, you can see the pores on this guy's skin. Yeah, like you can see the hair follicles in her unibrow. like they're inundated it too much. It's kind of like the devil you know, right? Like, unfortunately, if the cover is pretty enough, people are tricked into thinking it's high value or it's high quality. They don't realize it's shallow.